A stray dog bursts into the emergency room, carrying a crumpled black trash bag. Everyone freezes. For a second, the hospital becomes silent because the bag is moving like something that shouldn't belong in the garbage. Someone notices the bag twitch, and curiosity explodes into action. A nurse kneels, hands trembling, and the bag is opened. Inside is a fragile, silent newborn, and the room pivots from confusion to frantic life-saving. Months later, the same dog sleeps at the foot of a crib while the baby coos. Both saved, both home. What began with a trash bag and a desperate act became the kind of miracle you can't forget. A stray dog barreled through the hospital doors, a scruffy shape against the fluorescent glare, clutching a black trash bag in his jaw. Staff froze. Then panic flickered across faces as the bag trembled like something alive. For a breathless second, the ER went silent, every head turning toward that impossible motion. For years he'd been invisible to most people, a shadow that scavenged behind a bakery, the collar worn thin, eyes that learned to expect nothing but hunger. Streets taught him to move fast, to trust less, but not to stop caring. Something in him still noticed the small and helpless. That morning, his usual rummage led him to a torn bag curled beside broken boxes, and he froze. He nosed the bag, and it moved again. Not like trash, but like a tiny, frightened thing. He eased it open with the gentlest mouth, found a faint, cold bundle, and then, with more urgency than pride, he carried that life toward the one place that still smelled of people and possibility. A hospital. At the entrance, a flurry of paramedics and rolling gurneys swallowed attention. People were busy and doors were being held open. He tried to paw his way in, was shooed back, then slid through a momentary gap and darted down a corridor where chance and courage met a tired nurse taking her break. A young nurse drops to her knees and peers into the bag. A newborn, blue-lipped and nearly gone, a breath away from darkness. Her hand trembles as she calls for help, the adrenaline flipping the room from confusion to controlled chaos in a single breath. Every second becomes a fight, every touch, a possible miracle. They rush the baby into the neonatal bay, monitors flicking, a team working like a single machine to coax life back into the tiny chest. A doctor murmured commands, hands moving with practiced rhythm, and the faintest flicker of a heartbeat answered back, a small, stubborn refusal to quit. Outside, the dog sat and waited, silent and watchful. After the crisis passed, the nurse who found him couldn't shake the connection. The dog, who'd risked everything, now refused to leave the doorway. She reached out. He let her touch him for the first time in years. That single gentle scratch behind a matted ear turned into a decision. This stray would have a home, and she would be the one to give it. 3 months later, the story's end looks suspiciously like the kind of miracle people screenshot and send to friends. A healthy baby gurgles in a crib. A dog named Toby snoozes at the foot, sun warming his coat. The nurse watches them both with a quiet, astonished smile. 3 lives pieced back together by one simple, brave act.